Hello air signs, this is your reading for the next 7 days. I am going to start with Gemini this week because they have come through in the dice, and then I'm doing Aquarius and then Libra. And on the dice you have got the 10th house, Gemini and Mars. So there might be some action happening on the career front this week, with it being the 10th house. Fiery energy obviously can relate to public image, you know, something that is more out there than it was before. So either it's action or it can speak of rage. I am getting that from Gemini. Passion. Mars in Gemini is very spontaneous, but it's also very erratic and changeable. So there might be, you know, some ambition towards your career this week, or some changes in your career this week that could ultimately be successful. As much as I say that, what I'm coming through here with is really not a lot to do with career at all. So I'm inclined to think it's more about someone's public image that may come to the fore. This may be like some sort of, you know, public outburst, something like that, or public passions, you know. So we'll start with Gemini because it did come through in the dice here. Crikey. I mean, I can only imagine this is the other side I'm reading for, or someone you're connected with, but back off. Which we've already had with, I think, Scorpio, was it? And the Orca Magic. But I mean, honestly, so this is like someone saying, fuck you, Destiny. Because the Orca Magic is the Akashic Libraries being open. It's an absolutely beautiful card. And this is someone who's just not down with that at all. This is like, fuck Ascension, you know, fuck astrology, fuck everything. Back off. Banished, don't want to do with that. And yet it's a really beautiful energy, because the whales that Orca Magic represent are the key to unlocking the mysteries of the universe, or past history of the planet, you know. It's healing energy. It obviously speaks about multidimensionality. I don't know, it's just bizarre. Someone doesn't want anything to do with that. Anything to do with that. So someone who's like not having it. Either because there might be like a breakup here with a caring connection in reverse, or, you know, they're being guided in the direction of a caring connection, but someone is literally turning their back on happiness here and their intuition. This is like a major petulance, but it's not that. It's actually snarling. It's actually rage and anger. Maybe like, you know, just the way things are, or where they're guided to be, or maybe they've, you know, I don't know, had some time in the spiritual community, you know, with the tarot, psychic, mediums, new age talk, and it's just fuck that shit, not interested. And there's the feline, literally raging. I mean, that can speak, it's a card sometimes about, like, you know, tidying up lost ends and stuff like that, but it's sickly energy, it's critical, it's somebody you can't please, you know, is always offended, always pissed off, it's never fucking good enough. It's literally a snarling energy, and it's snarling at something that's actually quite beautiful. So either it's something that's not worked out for them, or they've just, you know, lost all hope. But the caring connection is in reverse, Gemini, and you've got it with Jehovah. And this is actually suggesting that maybe there is a fear of a breakup here, but actually I think this is already a breakup. You know, this is someone who is not connecting with anyone else, is not interested in anyone else, or is going through some sort of breakup here, and doesn't want anything to do with any new relationships. Doesn't want, it's like fuck love, fuck everything. But underneath it all is a fear of opening up to this. Adjacent possibilities is next, because there's, like, you know, a breakup here. So someone is very determined to explore other options here, but they're utterly confused about what to do, how to do it, because the topsy-turvy is here. This is utter chaos. Someone's solar plexus, someone's drive, fire, ambition, passion is literally spinning out of control. I'm just seeing someone utterly frantic, like opening all the doors. And who's this? Papyrus of the Waters in reverse is someone who is over emotional, who can't accept change, doesn't do anything gracefully, is not serene, is emotionally overwhelmed, having a complete emotional fucking meltdown, but their response to it is going to be anger and rage, and it's going to be right out there if it's in the 10th house. I mean, obviously it can be like something to do with work. And the Akashic libraries that we're trying to bring it, you know, into the 3D, it can just say that, you know, someone is being given information about where they are being told to go. You know, it might be that, you know, you've been told that you're getting this job or you're moving to this department. And absolute meltdown. But as I say, it's snarling. But this, walking away, actually walking away from the sun, walking away from happiness, walking away from prosperity, walking away from new beginnings, turning their back on it, even though the intuition is all lit up here, there's supposed to be an inner knowing that this sun, the best card in the deck, is their direction. Someone's supposed to trust that they're supposed to go in this direction. Indeed, they've probably been showing it, and walking away, they're going, no, just goofing off, fuck it. This is an absolute child. This is an idiot. It's complete and utter petulance. Because for whatever reason, they don't like what they're saying. They're not getting what they want. They're not getting it the way they want it. And I'm saying, my gosh, this is my husband back in the day, decades ago. But we were playing a game of Go for Broke with friends, bonfire night, and honestly, he lost. And we're adults, you know, we're nearly like 30 years old. He actually upended the whole board and stormed off into his room and speak to anyone. This is what I'm saying. Is someone's having an absolute fucking meltdown because it's not going the way they want it to go. And they're so determined, like, you know, fiery and passionate, and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. I'm going to like open all these doors and explore all my options because I'm all that and this is rubbish. And they're turning their back on actually happiness. So it's obviously not you, but it's someone you're connecting with, and it really could be a child. Mickle and Muckle often comes through as a child because he's so infantile. I mean, he is silly and he is foolish and he can be a lot of fun and he's very, very playful. You know, there's no nuance or anything like that with him. But he is also there to sort of make you fall flat in your face and make you do stupid stuff so that, you know, you kind of like learn and, you know, wisen up and mature as we all do. But walking away from the sun, walking away from what you're intuitively guided towards is somebody's ego with the I mean, look at it. This solar plexus is literally spinning out of control. And this is someone that might actually like growl at you, you know, that way. I don't think it's you. I don't really know what else to ask other than go straight to advice because it's just a ridiculous reading. Gosh. Okay, let's just see. What happened with this caring connection? Because I think that's the root of it. Why is the caring... Oops. Oh, Christ. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. I don't know. Right, so the widower and misfortune. This can be like someone who's literally lost someone. But it's just... The widower just speaks of something in the past. So there's been something gone wrong in a caring connection in the past. An utter disaster. It's left somebody completely frustrated, despair, gun to the head, angry, jealous, raging at the world here, in private, in their house, fizzing, and there's some sort of falseness here. The falseness is can be a lie. Yeah, so, you know, I mean, with size here, there's melancholy, there's sadness here with this person, because they literally are grieving in some way. I mean, they could be a widower or a widow, or someone who got divorced, and, you know, lost something, not just a person, but may have lost, you know, property out of it or finances out of it, and now they're just got a terrible fear of getting involved with anyone again. And yet they're being shown something, they have been shown something, or, you know, and they're not seeing it. They probably, this is someone who's, you know, not prepared to open their eyes to what is actually being shown to them. or they just can't because they're so emotionally all over the place. Tobias is on her head here, topsy-turvies are up, down. Now we're just going to, like, you know, get drunk, goof off, be your child, walk away from anything big, important, and, you know, destined to bring happiness. Because at the base of the deck, for all of the air signs, we do have cornucopia, which has already come out for someone this week, which is obviously all manner of riches. And the commitment mermaid is in reverse. So I don't normally read them in reverse here, but someone's sort of been asked, because that's 1144. I've got 11 in the base of the deck. I've got 22 here. So I just feel someone has got a lot of synchronicities. They have got some guidance here, but they're ultimately not going to take it. So advice for Gemini for the next 7 days, and for this reading, advice for the Gemini. They need to find a place of peace. I mean, they might, like, be at odds with someone here, you know. Might take a while with summer being here. Someone needs to, you know, embrace the energy of peace. Stop fighting with others, and maybe even stop fighting with themselves. So autumn, release something from the old that has created such pain. Shift your perception and rest. I mean, the voodoo doll is back off. It is banishing energy. It's just utterly bizarre, because really, I mean, this could be you that's banishing this energy, you know. But if it's not, then what someone is banishing is literally their destiny, their happiness, their new beginning, their prosperity. It's right there, and they're going, no thanks. But it's not that. It's not like, you know, I considered, thank you, I've looked at all my options here and this isn't for me. This is coming from a place of, you know, being totally emotionally discombobulated, and rage, a desire to win. All right, okay, moving on to Aquarius. Aquarius, you have got the sea beacon with the mildew fairy. We've already had the mildew out, so there's some sort of guidance here, and you don't know where it's going to lead you, basically, because this is the Lorelei. Is it the Lorelei? Well, I call it Lorelei, but I know there's other names for it, and it's escaped me right now. It's a siren, yeah. So there could be like some sort of call, usually when the sea beacon fairy comes out here. There is guidance, but you don't know if it's going to lead you to a safe harbour or it's going to crash you on the rock. So there's some distrust here. There is something you need to clean up. There's some, you know, maybe some sort of filth here with the clean up fairy, but she can speak of any kind of like mildew or dirt in your environment, energetic debris, but it can be related to shame or, you know, guilt, envy. There's some sort of, like, you know, uncomfortable emotion here that needs to be addressed. I've asked what kind of, I've asked what that is related to. It's related to himself, as divine masculine energy. So either this is you or who you're connecting with. You might need to clean him up. I don't know. I see somebody who's like letting this go. Because I think with community here, which is actually a really nice card, but it does often come through as my third party. Someone is seeing something very clearly with solace here. So this is someone that you're connecting with. It can be a friend or someone that you're in a friend group with, but I do often see it as my third party. And I think someone is just seeing something here, something really clearly that they didn't see before with solace. Solace is, you know, a heightened consciousness, having knowledge that you didn't have before, you know, seeing everything really clearly here. And I think he's seeing something, or you're going to be seeing something in a group setting within your community, or hear something. And ultimately, someone is not putting any love into this connection and is breaking free with Lisa the Shadows. And this is breaking free from any sort of bondage, any sort of addiction, anything that's unhealthy. She's very healing energy, not offering love to it, not opening up your heart to someone, because ultimately there is some sort of deceit here. There is deceit, and I think it's sexual deceit. And by that I mean, I think someone's had an affair or someone is dealing with someone else, because my sacral chakra is in reverse here. There's something wrong here in the sexual department. There's been some sort of lie. It's usually someone close to you, someone you know. It's probably this masculine energy, but you know, it could be your own here. There's something that's a bit of I mean, it can be just, you know, manipulation. Someone who maybe just, you know, wants to get you into bed. And Nellis here, who's like a bit like my magician, is showing you what this deceit's all about, you know. Solace and Nellis are both coming in to change something up for you, to move something on that's been stuck and leave it behind. These are really quick readings. Now, it can be grieving here when the Lady of the Harvest comes up. It's not an easy loss. It's not. It can be something joyful, but you know, to see deceit here and the Angel of Love, and no, I don't think so. I don't think it's an easy hit to take, but there is ultimately an acceptance of change here, and that we're moving on to the next page. So there is liberation from this. And it may be that, you know, you find something out in the community or somebody's cheating, and I just don't see any sort of love being offered to you. I see this as someone who's just cleaning up, you know, old connections that have not worked out. Aquarius, show me this himself. Show me himself in the Aquarius reading. Show me himself. Yeah, it's the cassette. So this is outdated thinking. This is things that play over and over in your head. It's like, you know, it's the same stuff. It's repeating karma. It's staying on the, you know, the karmic wheel here. And someone is going to ascend. Someone is getting out of this. Because it ain't right. Show me my show me the deceit around my Angel of Love and Archangel Ariel. What is the deceit for Aquarius? Deceit for Aquarius. Let me get a heart with a key. And heartbroken. And there's a date. So the heart with the key is usually welcoming love. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that someone does have the key to your heart and they've ultimately broken it. They have the capacity to do that. And they may have already done it because there's something going on in the community here. Community. There's too many. Community for Aquarius with solace. What's the knowledge that's coming through here? Talking and not enough. This has been frustrated in a relationship. Someone may have a lack of confidence here, but really I'm just sort of seeing it as some sort of self-sabotaging energy here. And there may be kind of gossip. Can also speak of hoovering, you know, the not coming back. But I really feel that somebody did have the key to your heart here. And this might be them coming back around. And really, Aquarius, you've been told that you need to get above this. Don't get caught up in the riptide here. The Lady of the Harvest is releasing and liberation. The Lady of the Harvest for my Aquarius this week. The Phoenix in Paradise, yeah. I mean, ultimately, you know, if you let this go, then it's transformative for you. It takes you into a whole new phase of life. It brings you into a place of happiness, expansion, playfulness, joy, stability, security. But you have to let this go. Basically, Aquarius, you have to let this go, or this person go, or this cycle that you keep repeating with this person. Aquarius, she-wolf. Unleash the wild within. This is rewounding. This is howling at the moon here. I can suggest there might be some sort of rage, and bear in mind we are in the 10th house or something. It might come public and you might want to, you know, go tearing in there. The heart guardians here. Love and let yourself be loved. But honestly, I really just feel that it's liberating energy. It's liberating. It's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's ultimately... If you've already repeated this cycle with someone, if you keep doing the same nonsense with them and it ends in your pain, then, you know, why are you doing it? Libra. I'm not putting them on because Libra, at the base of the deck, you have my Gland Conner, who is my narcissist, my Slick Harry, my lustful liar. So you have got, oh my gosh, Libra, I think this is the third time you've had this card, Strangely Lonely, and it's with the imaginary friend. It can obviously speak that someone is pretending to be your friend and they're not. It's sometimes holding on way too tight to something needs to be let go. You need to let something go, give it some air. But it's often come through to me as lonely in a relationship with someone, you know. And you might be hugely nostalgic just now. Your imaginary friend, childhood treasures, you might be doing some cleaning out, or there's just something that triggers some sort of nostalgia here. But ultimately, Libra, I mean, you are coming through as the green woman. There is the green woman here. As much as she's, you know, wild and bold and confident, she really does like her stability, you know. This little person down here, she puts a little roof over his head. She takes care of him. She likes to go out. She likes to have a good time. She likes to be wild and a little bit, you know, sometimes confrontational. But at the same time, she likes to come back and, you know, get her slippers on and her house is nice. There's something here that can be fixed. The shapeshifters in reverse and the that gnome. This is somebody who could get drunk and literally have a complete, you know, what's the word? Out of body experience. It's Jekyll and Hyde, really. And it's a complete paradox, and it's probably to do with drinking, because that gnome is my drunken gnome. In mine there is truth here. And you know, he is chaos. I mean, he's an energy that comes in and, like, you know, tries to like mix things up for you, and you know, a bit like Michael down here, but he's unreliable, and he kind of wants you to laugh at yourself. But but this is somebody that you're connecting with who needs to watch their alcohol consumption, and it may well be that when they do drink, they literally change into a different person here. Now, it could be the green woman, obviously, who's usually, you know, bold and confident, and you know, she's just super cool all round, honestly. She deals with any kind of difficulties. Nothing's hard for her to fix, because she's just got the confidence that she's going to sort it. So, I mean, this could be her, that when she's got a drink in her, everything falls apart. But it's not really how I read it, so it might be that. But yeah, there's somebody who's got a drinking, maybe not a drinking problem, but when they drink, they're an issue. And even if it's nothing to do with alcohol, there is like a paradox. There's something that's very incredibly difficult to fix here, because you're dealing with someone who's unreliable, who's changeable. You just don't know what you're dealing with from one minute to the next. So we've got victory in reverse here. So there's a lack of success. And that lack of success is with Shia the Crew. Access is the feminine energy in reverse here. The Ace of Cups, if you like, in reverse. So there's a lack of victory because there's no trust here. There's no patience. There's probably no hope. And there's no unconditional love. We do have the Healer of the Ages, which is lovely. It speaks of, you know, profound healing. It's a return to like health and vitality. But it's nothing to do with this union. That's not where you're going to get your health and vitality returned to you, by pouring into this. This is a union that's in reverse. This is a disconnect. Door to Spirit is letting you know that there is guidance around you. You know, you might see orbs. Obviously, it can be your ancestors, you know, passed on loved ones, your own guides, your angels, if you believe in that. But it's kind of asking you to, you know, open that door to Spirit. You may be religious, you may want to go and speak to somebody, but that was in the upright. And that was in reverse. The healing is coming through the door to Spirit here. And what door to Spirit is trying to show you, the messages that are trying to come through, is the Sylvanus in reverse, that there is a liar here, that there's a lack of truth, that there is deception that has not been cut through. And it's because they've got an arc who is ultimately probably having a bit of a meltdown, or will hit a wall soon, because this is dropping all the balls. This is something that can be fixed. This is impossible to fix something. There doesn't need to be a partner. It can be any kind of connection that you're dealing with just now. But, you know, this is an issue combined. This is like narcissistic wounding. Because anything that, you know, dents their ego, the tiniest little thing, is going to have an effect on you if you have a connection with this person. You want to be out of the way when it happens. I'm hearing something that I heard just recently, and it's, does a tree make a sound if it falls in the wood and there's no one around? I mean, obviously it does. But the thing is, you have to not let it affect you. You have to not be there when it happens, you know? If the wood's rotten and it's fallen before, you know, there's a weakness there. You might be able to spot the signs of when this sort of like meltdown's happening, and you kind of need to remove yourself and not let it affect you. You know, you need to like be the bold woman. Count what blessings you've got. But yeah, I'm going to take some advice, Libra. Advice for Libra for this week. Advice for Libra. The High Priest. Intend and create. That's divine masculine energy. And retreat and recharge. So be really focused in terms of what you want to create this week, Libra, with the High Priest. You might even want to write down what your intentions, goals, etc. are. But you know, there's an energy here of retreating and not getting involved in this, because I don't know if there's something specifically that's going to kick off this week. I'm just getting that you can't sort it. It almost feels like it's just pointless addressing it, especially if you've got someone who's drinking, or someone who, you know, someone's gone wrong with, or they've had some sort of failure, and it's going to be your fault, or you're going to be, you know, what's the word? The punching thingy bobber. It'll land on you, basically. So, you know, stay the hell out the way, Libra. That is your reading, guys. Have a good week. Talk to you later.